Now at 6, Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro officially in the U.S. to stand trial after he was captured by the U.S. government early yesterday morning. We'll have the latest, plus a look at a local protest. And a heated argument at a bar in Vancouver turns deadly. What we know about a shooting that left one person dead. KGW News at 6 starts right now. Good morning, and thanks for getting up with us as we kick off your Sunday. It is 6 o'clock. I'm Libby Dowsa alongside Corey Johnson, and it looks like off and on rain maybe today also.
Yes, absolutely. We had a rainy day yesterday. It's going to continue as we get into the better part of Sunday. So taking a look outside right now, this is our Rose City camera. A cloudy start for us out there this morning. I did have some droplets out on my camera, or out on my windshield as I was making my way into work early this morning. 51 degrees currently. Taking a look at active radar, you can see pretty widespread in the way of light rain, also sitting out to the east, or just east of Portland as well. Also in southwest Washington, some sprinkles near the coast currently, near Tillamook. So taking a look at futurecasts throughout the rest of the day, what we can expect to see, again, light rain this morning, a little bit of a cloud break, but then as we get to around 2 in the afternoon, a more organized band makes its way in off the coast, bringing some more light rain with it before it tapers off as we get into the evening hours. So expect on and off showers as we get throughout much of the day. Your temperatures right now sitting in the upper 40s, low 50s in many spots, 51 as we saw in Portland, 50 in Salem, 48 right now in Astoria. Our Pioneer Park building square camera, you can see the pavement still wet out there. Our high today going to get to about 54, I'm thinking, but we'll continue to monitor those temperatures and the timing of the rain. We'll break it all down as we get into a new work week coming up.
Thank you, Corey. This morning, Venezuela's President Nicolas Maduro is officially in the U.S. after arriving in New York last night to stand trial. It is the first time in decades the U.S. has gone into another country to remove its leader from power. American troops struck military targets inside Venezuela and captured Maduro and his wife. President Trump has declared the U.S. will now run Venezuela during a transition period.
We're going to run the country until such time as we can do a safe, proper, and judicious transition. So we don't want to be involved with having somebody else get in, and we have the same situation that we had for the last long period of years.
The Trump administration is also threatening other countries in the region, including Colombia. Tanks were seen lining up near Colombia's border with Venezuela amid heightened security. The administration is also calling out Cuba. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, a Cuban American, accused Cuba of propping up the Maduro regime.
Look, if I lived in Havana and I was in the government, I'd be concerned, at least.
And Cuba's leader responded to the strikes in Venezuela, calling them an act of state terrorism. Back in the U.S., anti-war protests held in more than 75 cities yesterday to rally against the attack in Venezuela and the capture of its president. Many protesters showing their outrage, claiming President Trump ordered an invasion of the country because of its oil reserves. Some Americans are celebrating the capture, saying the ousting is the first step toward a free and democratic Venezuela. The U.S. government and those in many other countries across the globe viewed Maduro as an illegitimate president who stole the election.
The last thing you lose is faith, and people have held on to the faith and hope that we were going to have a Venezuela that's free. It came today. So the last thing you lose is hope. You always have to have just a positive mindset and just believe in God. And things happen at the right time when they're supposed to happen. And today, as a community, we're able to celebrate this beautiful thing that has happened.
Here locally, several protests held in opposition to this action by the U.S. government. KGW's Jake Holter has more on their reaction.
You know, we're not going to stand for this. We're not going to stand for U.S. intervention.
Protests popping up across downtown Portland Saturday after the U.S. military captured Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro overnight.
It's just hard to believe that he would invade another country, capture the president, take them out.
Peter Parks out protesting with a personal connection.
My wife and I were in Venezuela like in 2004. We've talked to a lot of Venezuelan people. We've visited different workplaces, and I cannot agree with Trump's and his administration's analysis of what's going on there.
This is exactly the sort of international intervention that Trump campaigned against.
Democratic Senator Jeff Merkley experiencing some uncomfortable deja vu.
There are parallels that should haunt us to the action in Iraq. In Iraq, it was weapons of mass destruction, which was a cover story fed to the American people. In this case, the cover story was interdicting drugs.
Merkley claims it's actually about resources.
This is about oil. Venezuela has the largest oil reserves in the world.
President Trump making multiple references to Venezuela's oil in his address Saturday morning.
We're going to have our very large United States oil companies, the biggest anywhere in the world, go in, spend billions of dollars, fix the badly broken infrastructure, the oil infrastructure, and start making money for the country.
Senator Patty Murray from Washington took to X to write, quote, "It is outrageous for a president who is tanking our economy here at home to suggest that the American taxpayer spend a fortune to, quote, run another country while doing nothing to make life better in America."
The amount of people being out here on such a dime like this shows just how unpopular actions like these are, how much the U.S. people do not want war.
Jake Holter, KGW News.
You can stay up to date on this story and find all the statements by our region's lawmakers by visiting our website, kgw.com. You can also stream us on your own schedule through our streaming app, KGW Plus. New information in a deadly shooting that happened early Saturday morning. Witnesses say just before 1 a.m. outside Off-Ramp Sports Bar on Northeast 112th Avenue, two men got into an argument which led to shots fired. Officers arrived to find the body of a 43-year-old man. The suspect had already taken off. Vancouver police say they don't believe there is any threat to the public. The sheriff's office in Washington County is looking for more potential victims tied to a sexual assault suspect who is now behind bars. One victim told police she was sexually assaulted by 36-year-old Andrew Graham of Ridgefield after meeting him on a dating app. Investigators say while they were trying to identify Graham, he reached out to the victim again. Authorities arrested him by posing as the victim and a 15-year-old girl and lured him to Metzger Park in southwest Portland.
Anytime that we can get a person like that in custody that's committing sexual assaults, we want to prevent additional victimization from happening.
Graham faces multiple charges, including felony strangulation and online sexual corruption of a child in the first degree. Anyone with information connected to Graham should call detectives at 503-846-2500. One person is dead after a chase and crash in Beaverton just after 2:15 Saturday morning. Portland police say officers tried to stop a car on Northwest 11th Avenue in Burnside after it was seen driving recklessly. Police say the driver pulled over but then took off as police were calling for backup. After a short pursuit, officers found the car crashed on Southwest Barnes Road and Valeria View Drive. They say the driver was dead inside. Police say no other vehicles were involved. Also in Beaverton, police are looking for the driver of this vehicle. They say at about 8:30 on December 23rd, the driver crashed into a TriMet bus and then left the scene. It happened on Southwest Beaverton Hillsdale Highway at 2:17. If you know anything about this vehicle or the driver, reach out to Beaverton Police.